Be up this early. I've never done a live hardly ever, I think, this early in the morning in the whole time that I've been doing lives, but it is not even 7 o'clock in the morning. But I am going to do a red light therapy session. And I thought, you know what, you guys, you're kind of getting me into the lives a little bit. I like being able to chat and meet you guys and just get to know you better. So I figured I'm going to do a 10-minute session. And I figured I would just jump online, whoever happens to be around right now. And if you want to hang out with me and ask me any questions about red light therapy or CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, or I don't know, whatever else, whatever else you feel like chatting about, just keep it PG. That's my only thing. So let's just see where we're at. Let me show you where we're at to start the day, how my feet are looking. So they are definitely red. This is where the CRPS lives, but it's also in this foot. And hands wise, as you can see, they're definitely a little red this morning. Not horrible. Nothing really hurts on my hands right now. My feet, they're not bad actually. They hurt more than anything. This is not bad though to start the day. So I'm gonna do a session just because they are hurting a little bit. And red light therapy specifically helps with pain and inflammation reduction. So hello, and I have my panel here, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get going so I can start my 10 minutes, and then if anybody wants to ask any questions or anything, feel free. All right, so let me just turn this on here. I can show you guys what I'm doing real quick here. All right, so it's a 5 wavelength, and I'm keeping red and infrared on, and that is pulsing. So if I go less, you can't really see it, but that's the number of hertz per minute, so 73, and I'm taking it up to the max, which is 587 hertz per minute. And essentially, pulsing in a nutshell is it actually helps with cellular rejuvenation. There's a lot of science behind pulsing versus steady. So if you have a device that offers pulsing, use pulsing. That's my number one first thing, is always use pulsing. Reason being that the pulsing technology, there's a couple of things. It reduces the output, the energy output, the output of power. So here's the thing, you guys. A lot of the devices on the market, they are all about, high output, right? Like 140, 150 milliwatts, right? Like I'm seeing all this stuff, highest intensity, highest power. The problem is that's not necessarily safe. We can only take so much at a time. So pulsing cuts that intensity down by about 50%, give or take. So when you use pulsing like this, it's not going to get as hot. And so you're not going to have as much of that thermal energy going into your body. And we just don't know how bad that is yet. They aren't really studying too much. I mean, they're beginning to study the effects of having that really high thermal heat. But so for me, I'm being safe. I'm using pulsing. I'm going to go for 10 minutes with this panel, red and infrared light therapy. Why? Because I am looking for both the surface and just below the surface level light, but also I want to get deeper into my muscles, my tissue, my organs, and the infrared light is going to get me there. So that's what I'm going to do. It's only 10 minutes. It's not a long time. It feels amazing. You can see it. Here, I'll give you a view of what this looks like. So see, I've got my legs under there right now. And I'm just gonna sit with it. I can do more, but I'm not right now. I'm just gonna sit like this. So what I'm gonna do is I also like to do my face because, a girl wants to reduce wrinkles and whatnot. So I'm gonna do that too, but a little bit later. Hey guys. Hi, Joseph, good morning. How are you? Aw, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. I'm good. Not too bad this morning. I'm just doing this, as you can see. I just decided why not jump online while I did it, so that if anybody wanted to ask me any questions about it or anything else, spend my 10 minutes with you guys versus spending my 10 minutes by myself. But yeah, I'm good. Today's my Friday, so it's my last day of work, which is exciting, yay. Italy, I love it. Oh my gosh. Y'all in Italy have some really interesting treatments for CRPS. I looked into the neurodronate infusions out there, but I'm very much so not wanting to use any sort of drugs. But you guys out there in Italy, you guys doing some cool stuff. So welcome. Nice to have you here with us. Has anybody ever used red light therapy before? It's pretty cool stuff. I know there's a lot on the market and it can be pretty confusing. No, this is not Amazon. This is mine, actually. I own my own company. So I own Light Therapy Resource. I got into this business like 3 years ago, and I got into it as a result of just my own personal needs. I tried all kinds of different stuff. I'd spent thousands of dollars on like drugs and shoe lifts and oh my gosh, just all kinds of things that they wanted me to buy, braces and whatnot, and I just wasn't getting any better. And so I just went online and started looking at alternatives and complementary therapies, and red light therapy popped up. And so I started researching it, and I found some Facebook groups, and oh wow, there were like all these stories about people that had had amazing results. Indonesia, wow, very cool. Hi. And so I decided to give it a try, and I did. I bought a device off of Amazon, and I gave it a try. And I kid you not, you guys, I was having severe pain in my foot at the time. I couldn't walk very well. And so I got this little like Huga panel, right? And I set it up and I turned on the red and the infrared. It was like a cheapo. It didn't have anything extra, no pulsing, nothing, just red and infrared. Turned it on, stuck my foot pretty much on it or whatever, and did like the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever they had recommended. And then I got up and I walked away and I'd be like, wait, I'm not hurting anymore. What's going on here? And so I then wanted to try it again. I tried it again and I had a similar experience on my knee. And I'm like, wait, what is this weird voodoo magic thing? So I ended up going into the Facebook groups and researching and learning a bit more. And I started to realize there was actually something to this, that there was real science behind it. And so from there, I went to the company that I bought the panel from and just kind of wanted to engage and learn more about the product and ask questions. And I honestly, you guys, I quickly learned that this industry doesn't know what they're doing. Most of these guys, they've gotten in this game because they've seen the money signs. That's what's going on. This technology has been around for decades. It's been used all over the world, just not as much in the US. What ended up happening was that NASA ended up, I think it was in the 80s, they were doing some stuff with UV lights, plants, they had their hands under the lights, and it was by accident that while they were doing the stuff under the lights, right, that they had these cuts that were healing dramatically. They were noticing how beautiful their skin was getting. And so that's how it came to be out here in the US. It's not like it was some recent thing. It's just that it got a lot of attention when NASA publicly came, whoa, hey, UV light, red light, there's some really amazing stuff here. And so when you think about it in a nutshell, what it's doing, you guys, think about like a plant. You know how when a plant grows and it needs water and it needs sunlight? It's the same concept with red light therapy. Think about the UV light that we use in our house, and we stick the seed in there and the little like fertilizer thing in there, and we water it and we stick it under that UV light, and then it grows dramatically so much faster than when we're outside. That is literally an analogy of what red light therapy does at the core. It's amazing. It's scientifically proven. So anyway, long story short on all of it was that I ended up getting into this business myself because I was disgusted by what I saw. I felt like everyone was just buying a bunch of crap overseas and didn't understand what they were buying or how to use it. And it was pretty much like, how much money can I make? And so that's how I got into it. And I'm a very small seller. I'm in California. I do make my own devices now, though. And yeah, I do small batches. So I'm passionate about it, obviously, as you can tell. I love to tell people about it. And yes, I wear glasses most of the time because I'm pretty much blind without them. I don't like to wear them, so I like to take them off just so I can like feel like I look prettier without them. But I have to wear them all the time because I'm blind. I've been blind ever since I was a kid, and I've been teased my whole life. Yeah, because back in the day, they didn't have the nice glasses that are thin like this. I'm aging myself here, but back in the day, they made the glasses with the thick, like, bottle, I forgot what they call it, but basically the sides were so thick if you were blind like me, and they had this, like, shading on the side of them, so you could totally see them. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. I always felt super, super embarrassed by it. But now I have these. At least they're a little bit nicer. So long story short, yes, wear glasses all the time. Let's see, how much time do I have left? Because I didn't time it. I think I've got like 2 more minutes left. So yes, so this is what I'm gonna do to start my day. I can't promise you at the end of this that my feet are gonna look a ton better. We'll just have to see. Sometimes the redness goes away quite a bit at the end of a session. Sometimes it doesn't. But what I can tell you is that I'm not hurting at all anymore now. And that for me is the beauty of red light therapy. It's not painful for me. I sit under it for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden it just, anything that I was hurting or feeling, it just melts away. So it's one of my favorite things about it. But thanks for joining me, you guys. Oh, I see now. Add a Q&A sticker. So that's what popped up last time. A piece of advice you'd give to your younger self. I have no idea. My goodness. What would you guys say? A piece of advice you would give to your younger self? Slow down. Don't be in such a rush to grow up, maybe? I don't know. All right, does anybody have any questions for me about red light therapy? Or you can ask me about my CRPS too, that's okay. Or something else. Or you don't have to ask me anything. Because we only have like another minute or two. Even with the pulsing, it does make me warm, I will say. That's why I'm pretty passionate about using pulsing if you have that option, because you really don't want to get super hot. If you're using red light therapy and you're sweating at the end of it, then it's too hot. It shouldn't be like that. It should be a comfortable thing. And same with your eyes. If it hurts your eyes, then you need to have goggles on. And actually, it shouldn't hurt your eyes. You should be able to close your eyes and be under it, and it shouldn't really hurt too much. It should be like laying under the sun is what it should feel like. What other random piece of information can I give you while I'm sitting here? All right, you guys, I have about 30 seconds left, I think, in my session, and then I'll show you how things are going. I feel like my hands actually have gotten better while I've been sitting here. And the interesting thing is I didn't really have them under the light too much. I've had them a little. I didn't really show you. I've been a little bit doing my hands like this, just kind of sticking them under the light since I can, but I haven't focused on them too much. But I can feel that they feel, you know, not itchy or anything from being under here. And so I think that's probably the biggest help for me, is it at least temporarily, it takes that flare down when it starts to flare up like it has this morning. But let's see in a sec here how things are looking after 10 minutes. Not, all right, I'm good. Whew. All right, let's see. Let's see how much this may have helped me. I know it's helped me for sure physically, like I feel better afterwards. But so here's my hands. See, it does. They are better, right? They're a lot less red. Let's see about my feet. Let's see how my feet are looking. Oh yeah, look at that, you guys. They're so much better. I mean, they always feel better, but it's always nice to actually see it like that. Wow, very nice. So there you go, you guys. Red light therapy is the bomb. It really is. If anybody needs help with anything, feel free to hit me up. I'm happy. I can recommend, like I said, I don't sell a lot, but I know about all the devices on the market. I've tested so many of them. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help give you a recommendation or whatnot. So, and again, you can go on my website too. I do offer consultations, and lighttherapyresource.com. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for joining me for a few minutes today. You always are so nice, and I appreciate it. So, all right, you guys, can you read chat? Yes, I can read the chat. All right, you guys, well, I'm gonna go because I actually have to get going and work and do all that not fun stuff today. But I appreciate everything, and see you soon, guys. Bye. See how I always have trouble turning it off? There, I found it.